everyone, Sandy here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is a show and tell of my second and third projects that I designed and created for Country Craft Creations using their exclusive paper collection, the 12 by 12 Mother's Day paper collection. I'm going to go over these in more detail, so let me move these aside. This one is a tag. Now I used a Graphic 45 regular size tag, and then I used the Graphic 45 die to cut out the mats for the front and the back so that they would go around the grommet holes. Then I also used a Graphic 45 die to punch out the frame. I used Mother's Blessing. I put some flat back pearls here. I tied some natural button string or jute string into the bows here and here, and I also used seam binding ribbon for a really small bow. And this is a vintage button from my stash. It's got a lot of rhinestones in it. It's very pretty. So I tied ribbon here also in the top, and I spritzed it and wrinkled it up. So I wanted to give a shabby chic look. And in here I added a large and two smaller pearls, some leaves with the roses here. These were roses from my stash. Then on the back, I made a pocket. I used the matte die to punch out cardstock. It's the size of the mat, and then another piece up for the patterned paper. Just this bottom part, I added this trim that I received from Country Craft Creations. And then I cut a piece of cardstock, and I used my scallop punch to make the corners here and added the pearls. This is a place where you could write a message. And then I did a card front and back using some of the scraps of the paper. This is also scallop punched. So that tucks in there. You could add a gift card if you wanted to. So it just makes a really pretty tag. You could use it for decorative. You could tuck it into an album if you wanted to. So that is for my third project as a design team member for Country Craft Creations. I used the scraps I had left over from the Mother's Day collection, which is exclusive to Country Craft Creations, to create this double page layout. Now my size is a 6.5 by 8.5. That's the size I've been making for my own personal pictures and album that I'm going to create one day. It's really easy. Just take your different scraps. I used the winter gray cardstock for the back. I added some of the ivory cardstock, and then I punched out, this is punched out of this folder, is punched out of a Graphic 45 die that I have. And so this just flips down. So I have two photo mats there. So this one is more decorative looking, but you still have room for two photos. And I tied it closed with a seam binding ribbon, a ribbon from Country Craft Creation. These are Prima roses that I added here on both. I used the Graphic 45 gold flat back pearls. I used the darker gray cardstock. All this is from Country Craft Creations, and then this lace that I had in my stash. And I added in some leaves that I had in my stash. So this is my double page layout. This one will do one photo and this one will do two. And I do show you how I laid these out. Not actually a step-by-step tutorial, but you can watch if you want a fast-forward version that I will be showing you. So let's go ahead and get started on that. And this one is just a show and tell. I did not do a tutorial on this one. For this double page layout that I'm doing for my album that I'm going to be creating for myself personally, I like to do small layouts that are 6.5 by 8.5. And I know that that's really small, but it's a style that I started back when I was a Graphic 45 designer for one of their albums, and I really like it for like just one picture or two pictures, small pictures on a page. So you can make your layout any size you want, and I'm just showing you here where I've laid out all my stuff that I've gone through my scraps of the Mother's Day collection by Country Craft Creations. I pulled out some flowers, roses and leaves and different things that I had. These are scraps, and I've made me some a photo mat here. This one's going to have two mats inside, and this is going to be a pull down. I don't use page protectors. I'm going to add the lace. So different scraps. This was a scrap that was already cut at an angle, and I'm going to utilize that on this page. So this is not exactly a tutorial video where I show you in detail everything I'm going to do, but I'm going to film it, and then I will speed up the video So you can kind of watch what I'm doing. I'm going to put it to some music, I think, and then I will share the finished layout with you. Of course, you've probably already seen it at the first of the video along with the other projects. So let's go ahead and get started putting these two 6.5 by 8.5 page layouts together. I put both my layouts together, added my roses, my tie closure here. I did some embossing here, follow your heart, and then today, and then here, this is just regular, the gray ink. This is us. So I'm going to add, I think, some gold flat back pearls. These are Graphic 45. And I think, see, I need to add some right here. Put some on each page. Let's try these medium ones here. Just like that. And over here, I'm going to put one in the center of this tab. This was a folder that I die cut. It's a Graphic 45 die, just right here. And then my corners were stub cornered and then scallop punched with my Crop-A-Dowel that has those on it. So whatever, you know, trim or corner rounders or whatever you have will work on your layout, and just kind of arrange it around. I'm going to put some more gold, I think right here. I'm going to use the medium size again. And I know some glue kind of comes out around them, but that's okay. You want to make sure you're using glue on these because they won't stick if you don't, even if there's adhesive on the back of them. And the art glitter glue dries clear. I need to go in a little closer. And then I also take my scissor tip and just kind of, if there's some thicker around that I don't want on there, like that. Kind of clean it up just a little bit. Okay, well, I seem to have made more of a mess. There we go. So with those dry, so that's those three there. And then if you want them anywhere else, let me see. I think that's all that I'm going to put on there for now. So that's those two layouts. I've zoomed in on my project so that you can see them a little bit better. This is the tag that I showed at the first of the video that I made out of a Graphic 45 tag, and the beautiful Mother's Day paper collection from Country Craft Creations, as well as these 2-page layouts. I want to share that the Mother's Day paper collection is exclusive to Country Craft Creations, and rest assured that it's always going to be available. Even if you go on to their site and you see that it is temporarily out of stock, don't worry, because it's printed for Country Craft Creations. It will be back in stock. Again, I use the Mother's Day paper collection in the 12 by 12 size. It's also available in 8 by 8. To find these on the website at countrycraftcreations.com, when you go on the website, click on brand and then click on Country Craft Creations, and then you're going to see all the papers that are exclusive to Country Craft Creations so that you can easily find these collections when you go to order. And keep in mind that if you order between now and June the 15th, there is a designer contest for the Country Craft Creations designers. If you will put my name in the notes or the comments section before you send your order, not in the comments of this video, but when you're doing an order online, there should be a section there for you to put my name. Just type in Sandy, and then that will be counted toward me that I referred you to the store. And then if I win, then one of you that are my followers that's ordered will also be considered, have a chance to win, and we'll both win a $50 gift certificate. So it's a lot of fun. So if you have the time and you are placing an order, I'd really appreciate it if you consider sharing my name that you saw this, the Country Craft Creations products on all of my videos. So anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching. I want to remind you to, if you haven't already, to subscribe to my channel by clicking on subscribe, and then once you do, click on the bell so that you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. And again, remember to shop at countrycraftcreations.com. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.